Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. May the blessings and peace of God be upon all Sierra Leoneans within and outside Sierra Leone. Today, the 9th of October 2024, Alhaji Honorable Ibrahim Kemoh Sesay. This can speak to few issues making the rounds in social media. One, the issue of the utterances, statements of Ambassador David Brian Hunt. Two, the issue of the MCC. Three, the issue of the tripartite recommendations and implementations. By extension, the ECOMISA coming to Sierra Leone. Four, the issue within APC regarding Dr. Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara. Number one, let's begin with number one about Brian Hunt. David Brian Hunt don't explain his role in Sierra Leone as an ambassador. He say he there for propagate American policies, support partnership and the programs of America in Sierra Leone. Okay, then I roll. Therefore, anything out of that scope is a break bounds. You don't break bounds. But let me say this: be that as it may, Brian Hunt's enforced utterance Salon regarding the elections of 24th of June 2023 was that Brian Hunt talk say it is an unreasonable expectation for a rerun. Now, let us look at that statement. If you remember, as you talk as I talk, say no commit crime. Why do I say so? In the national laws of Sierra Leone, like the Constitution, there is nothing like rerun. In the electoral laws of Sierra Leone, there is nothing like rerun. There is elections and runoff. So, based on the myopic knowledge of Sierra Leone, or whatever, he's right to have said so. But then, for him to say it's unreasonable to expect rerun when there is a dialogue, there is an agreement, there is a communique, and there are negotiations in the communique, was not only unfortunate, but it's also misleading and misguided. Now, I say so because in any negotiation, any outcome is expected. So if APC expects a rerun, it's okay, it's authentic, it's genuine. Because that's why they go for negotiations. Otherwise, why Fodi Sanko come out for be equivalent to Vice President Salon in charge of our mineral resources after negotiations in the Columbia Peace Accord? You know the law books, so it was not in our law books, it is not in our election books, it's not in our war settlement book. But out of negotiation, Pakabain team, Demand fit say, if this is what the man wants, let's give it to him so we'll get peace in our salon. So they gave him to be as vice president in charge of our mineral resources. It wasn't a book. So for you, Brown, to have said so reasonable expectations, it was misguided, misleading, and unfortunate. Number two, Brian Hunt talk at some point say if we didn't expect private sector investors to come in an illegitimate government. That's also assuming, as goes to saying that it's a fact, say he agreed that the government in situ is illegitimate. That's why he said so. Say, they expect, if they expect, put in a question form, that they expect private sector investors to come and invest in an illegitimate regime. Now, when anything happen, you find out, say, the way we talk, say, is unreasonable to expect rerun, then make the rounds. In social media, in Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, everywhere, AYV, SLBC, I didn't call it TPP, we are all sides. But when you can talk about the thinking, say, if they expect a private sector investor to come prevail in an illegitimate government, we know area nothing but am. Okay. Again, this David Brian Hunt now come and talk say then they go sign the agreement for campaign for the MCC. But then they went there. What did he say? He said on conditions. The conditions are that they must fully implement the 84 recommendations of the tripartite committee. Now, what are the tripartite recommendations? 80 where they were convergent, we all agree the convergence recommendations. Now we all agree for happen reforms, which are always there. They are going to be there anytime throughout the world. They are going to be there. Then the four are the all the divergence one. For example, they always APC say they know they get 71% of our reforms so command the leading and they don't lose elections. And they always say they say they rely on the results we um, Mohamed Kone announced. Then going further, again, Brian Hunt in that statement was correct. The MCC is tagged with the implementation of the recommendations of the tripartite committee plus other criteria already stated by the MCC program. Therefore, the Congress refused to give the thing, but they signed, allowed them to go and sign. And when they sign, it doesn't mean they're going to have it today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. It's a program of 5 years. So, to me, first of all, let me say this. I have never spoken against the MC for Salon, and I'm not going to ever talk against them. Let it come. Although I agree 100% with Comrade Ibrahim Fana, where he talks, if we get accurate, correct leadership in Salon, with our mineral resources, we don't need MCC, pass the big way. We're talking about trillions who get iron ore alone. It's perfectly correct, but we have to have the right leadership in Sierra Leone. That's why we are where we are today. We don't get the right leadership. Now, that said, I will never oppose to the MCC compact. Following reasons. Number one, now we the APC government now we begin achieve the MCC by way of getting the threshold. And now from Musa will stop that this regime can continue. We'll make the able to succeed for get the compact with all the imports and on decks of Sierra. Although they bent over backwards to give it to us, but we don't get her. It is coming, it's going to be benefit of Sierra, so I'm not opposed to her. Now, added to that, the MCC not to regime the implementer. Now, the compact agency through the supervision of American embassy, American government, they implement them, then they get the contractor, then they get the implementer, and they show them what for the based on what we need as of today, electricity now, which is very, very correct. So I don't care whether for me did this, me for opposing and give money for the electrical development of Salone. And because it's benefit for us, especially the downtrodden, the grassroots for the light and the water, cold water, blah, blah, blah. Affordable ones. So, again, Brian Hunt make another statement. That one did not make the rounds effectively like it used to be before they say, rerun. He make another statement. Brian Hunt say the elections of the 2020 did not get results. He say ECSL not produce results. SAP not produce results. APC not produce results. I agree with him too. Because as I speak to you now, there are no results. What are the results? Results are the ones from the police station sent to the district, certified by district zoning officer, sent to the region, certified by regional officer, sent to the national returning officer, chairman of ECSL, in the person of Mohamed Kone. Now, him for certify and read them. But up to the no see nothing like that day. He post something on the website, he pull them back. And that was 60% plus now they are now finally. So he is correct. There are no results. And then he's also correct. APC not get results because RR forms are not resolved. They are not resolved to resolve them. RR forms are result reconciliation forms. And then again, they send the votes, put them count, all man get your paper, all man signs this now we pull now, this now we pull now. Not the result. Now reconciliation, for you have verified results only. For example, if they say APC get 90, police station 1, SAP get 40, police station 1, NDC get 10, police station 1, all man get result, the all man sign. Then are RR forms. But not the result. The result now, what thing they collate, they certify, verify, and the gazette who ECSL announce is not existed today. So if Brian Hunt say it's not on the, that's tantamount to saying there were no elections. But there is no way he would have conducted elections, you not get results. Not present this day. It doesn't matter what your excuse is, but there should be results. And then, added to that, I remember EU give money to ECSL for iCloud. Is all they ask. Where is that money? Where is the iCloud? There should have been result. They know they. So it's right to have said no result. ABC Bank no get result because that 71% na RRF forms. RRF forms are not results. Genuinely, honestly speaking, RRF forms are to ratify ratify results of elections. Let me call it results ratification forms. You cannot go for results. So although they get 71% of the results, which is also not 100%, and based on those collations, they have to 7.15, which is command the lead to have suggested they won the elections, is in place, but still not a result. Therefore, the genuine and reasonable request of the APC for say, either on give results or go for rerun. That's reasonable. That's very, very reasonable what APC asks for. Why? Because if you not give results, when the result will accept na today, then we get 71% of this result we make we get 7.1415, which is commanding enough to make us be the winners. Then let we go for a run for the sake of peace and unity from the dialogue. That's what APC is asking for. Now, on the other hand, SLP said, no, rely on the result. Where are they? First of all, let us assume that the results were given. Where are they? Show us the results. They are not available. So I think the most reasonable part was the APC. Now, this Brian talk am back. So then today, wey talk am, I no see dey make the rounds like a try the way dem talk about 3-1 because the stinger against the SLPP. Dem keep quiet about am. But it's very serious, very potent, very lethal in terms of electoral justice. Very lethal. Oh. You have to use that one to get electoral justice. And don't forget, electoral justice not to other reforms. So it's the truth of the outcome of the results. Let them give without winning and electoral justice. That is what APC is advocating for. Period. No more, no less. So, on the issue of statements of Brian Hunt, let's do it this way. He has said what he has said, but I'm saying here my own opinion. I think people dey overrate Brian Hunt. They don't tell una enjoy what they can do na answer. Brian Hunt. People feel say because Brian Hunt na American, he come America, he understand English pass. No, it's not correct. There are plenty of Americans who understand to find English, who understand fine English. Okay. He may be one of those simply one who understand better English because it's absurd for him to have said it is unreasonable to expect rerun because there was negotiations. And when once there are negotiations, any outcome is expected. It depends on who backed out, who backed on, who bent over backwards to accommodate that one, and they call it negotiations. So for him to have said so, it means he doesn't understand which are unreasonable as conjuncted to expectations. So don't blame him too much. I understood this man was a CIA and then an ambassador. And for me, he still have not committed a crime. All his utterances are within the scope of his mandate as an ambassador. Although wetin dey affect him inconsistencies na the control of the English language. For we in Sierra Leone, from elementary school, we get wetin dem call ESP and S, English Sentence Pattern and Structure, which I don't think he went through that course. I'm not sure. Anyways, let me don't ascertain. But for what I already dey talk so far, his statements, dem, interviews, dem, he get difficulty with the English language, where he expressing himself. I can assure you, I know I've had him several times where he talk na radio and he like for talk. So let's put away Brian Hunt. He has done a good job for Sierra Leone, particularly APC party. Number one, he concluded by saying that they are going to look into all the recommendations of the tripartite committee. What are the recommendations? We have series of recommendations. Well, the first one, now 80 recommendations we all agree on. The other one are the 4, which are the divergent ones. He is saying they have to look into them before the Millennium MCC Compact is awarded. Kudos to him. That's a fact. That's a genuine one. That's electoral justice also. It's electoral justice. And now it means that we have 84 recommendations to implement an action because they all shall be implementable and actionable. Thank you, Brian Hunt. But again, please don't overrate him. Don't overrate Brian Hunt. He's just a human being. He's just an American. And I tell you, I lived in America, I lived in England. There are plenty of Americans who do not comprehend proper English, who cannot express themselves properly in English. I can tell you. Call everybody America, ask them. Plenty of Americans find English. He may be one of them. I'm not saying ascertaining, but based on what I've heard him say, particularly when he say it's unreasonable to expect to run during negotiations. To me, it means he does not understand what are negotiations. So arrest the case of David Brian Hunt. As far as I'm concerned, it's a win-win for the one who they in the opposition based on what they want. Now, let me now move into the MCC. It's a given. He has talked about the MCC and they have reacted in several ways with the MCC. I'm not budged. I'm not worried about the MCC. Me, I want the MCC for Kana Salo, no matter what I share, because it's for the good of the poor people, the downtrodden and Sierra. Let it come. I don't want to talk about myself. I need it and we should need it. It should come. Although by we put in efforts and being genuine, being honest, being hardworking for this country, having the correct leadership, we can do without MCC by way of our raw materials we get on the ground. Okay. Now, I move on to the other issue I started to talk about. That is to say, I don't talk about Brown, I don't talk about the MCC, I talk about now the APC in terms of difficulties with the Serena in terms of difficulties of Kemoh. Again, a short one. Whether you like it or not, Kemoh is coming to Sierra Leone. Having seen through and understood the process from where the third party, the tripartite committee, take report going to UN, United Nations, United Nations pass to ECOWAS Regional Authority, regional organization for implementation. They request for funds, they give them funds, they need the process of deployment. We all have seen evidence of deployment by way of seeing them packaging groups from Gambia, from Nigeria, saying us about what they have to do. Now, deployment of military men is like deployment of human being if we go on patrol. Like I want to go in there, let's take me back no more, I take me visa going there. No. They have to properly prepare to come. Their hardware, software, military equipment, where they can live, their bases, not a one-day business. And a short time, don't take it less than 1 year into the stock also. So we have to be patient and give them time. Now, further to that, if people say that they can't protect Marabio, I still to God may welcome. They can protect Sierra Leoneans and their property, I still to God may welcome. They can protect the properties of Sierra Leoneans, I welcome. They can protect the regional security stabilizer, I welcome. Each and every one of those things are good for Sierra Leone. Once they are here, there will be peace, tranquility, and stability. Because they will not sit by and allow people to do something wrong, allow human abuse, allow betrayal of people's life and property, human rights. They will not do that. So that is good for them come. The problem here is I don't know when they are coming, but I'm sure definitely that they are coming and they should come. That is for ECOM. So me no dey argue nobody about ECOM still coming not coming. Based on what I've seen as signs and symptoms, I know they will come. They will not spend that kind of money on them to come here and then don't come after they've purchased or procured most of the requirements that they want for Kano Nayaso in terms of base, whether they can live, equipment that they use, traveling arrangements. No, they will come and let them come for whatever reason. Let them come to Sierra Leone. Now, I'll finally come to speak to the issue of APC, particularly about Samura Kamara, cell game, betray, mortgage the APC party, mortgage salon. Okay. Samura Kamara has told us, sometimes that he's fighting for the social justice, which means he's claiming that you know sell game, mortgage, betray anybody. All he did was to pursue the winning who APC claims they win by way of allowing a dialogue, allowing a communique, allowing the tripartite committee supporting recommendations and implementation supporting them. So now, but Kumane say he don't sell game, he don't betray. Do you have someone not great tell? We not tell you now, ba. Let me say someone not great tell you the truth. We not tell you the truth. Some of us want to hear the truth. When we read the truth, believe me, we go after Samura, we go after Samura Kamara, go ask him, call him to book. We not tell you say let Kamara talk. Someone not great talk. We not talk. We now say you don't do am. You no great talk. In this of Sierra Leone, patriotism, nationalism, we not tell you what you do. We no great talk about. But for say no more, let people and talk. Let Samura talk. What about you? You know about it. You talk. Someone no great talk. You talk now. Now let what you say. Samura for talk. We not talk. Now so back some of una meet me today. I know they call my names because of civility and because of the official na all. But you not tell me say, Brakemo, we Maya come to the as then cancel and say no come for the run. How could they have come for the run when there is a dispute between APC and SNDP, the one for mediates? I don't tell National where they run. No. Now we for the what they do. Now make them put it together, then be referee. That's what they know they can't tell what for do. We get an impasse, we get a problem. They say when I come together, when I decide what for the way forward. Not say they will tell you rerun or no rerun. No, it's not their business. Besides the fact that they are not part of Sierra Leone, they are not consultants for elections. No. Now we go decide based on the agreement. That's where we are now. And they tell you say, well, them might not come for elect the run, then come for the camp. Besides, they get peace without justice. And you call yourself member of parliament. Come on, that's absurd. Stop playing on people's minds. Una will say now una get this party so. Now, how could you fathom? How could you understand what you are doing? I can't understand it. Okay, una say una be mbolo left am. Why? Because Samura lie, Samura betray, Samura tell what Samura tell what he betray, not tell what he let Samura talk. Ebo, who stiff mouth go talk say, but me I don't thief o, una follow me. You know they o. So if una sure say Samura betray me, Samura go talk, una tell me now, not tell say Samura for talk. Come on, please give us a break. If you can't stand the smoke, get out of the kitchen. If you have to be, you cannot be a honest politician, a patriotic Sierra find another country, go stay there. But in terms of being a patriotic Sierra you must tell us the truth. If you go somewhere, somebody go sell, you not sell. The man sell, you never answer. Tell you say, the man go sell is 4 cents, 5 cents, and the witness this. This man when I say don't sell so. Now still a challenge the result. Now still a challenge you winning. Ebo, come on now. We not discuss for you. Now we not tell you about what he sell, what he betray. Not tell you say, let it talk. Let Ebo, come on now. Common sense. If somebody go thief you, I repeat am, you no see am, you don go. You go come meet you back say, but I don thief you unless I get thief for Kemko and police. No, you no go do am. You go see am, na you for prosecute am. Say that man thief watch. Not talk about. So for me, believe me, I don't think there is much to do. There are recommendations that shall be implemented and actionable are going to happen. Okay? There are Kemoh forces coming to Salon for stabilize. Whatever they stabilize now, regional stabilization, internal stabilization, everything will train now, let them come. These are facts, they're going to happen, they are coming. Whatever they come, the next thing are details. We must try to achieve peace in this country. If it is a way of coming to Kemoh, let them come and let's have this peace. Please, commissions when they come, nobody will take advantage of their company. Salam alaikum.